For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. Also, I've got a new merchandise store, hats, hoodies and new tee designs, all available right now on the link in the description. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 16 of the Everton career mode here on FIFA 17. We start with the second leg in the Football League Cup semi-finals away from home against Liverpool. Massive game, the biggest of our season so far by a big margin. Win this, we're going to Wembley for the Football League Cup final. Lose it, we're out to the hands of our biggest rivals. So obviously we want to be avoiding that. We made 2 new signings yesterday. If you don't want to see who they were, then or you don't want it spoiled, then go and watch yesterday's video first. I'll give you a moment to go and do that. Whilst I say, drop the video a like and subscribe to the channel too if you're new around here. Now that those that haven't watched have gone to go and watch the other one first, I can let you know that the 2 signings that we made in the last episode were Mauricio Lemos, the centre-back from Las Palmas, and we brought in Alban Lafont as well from Toulouse. So we have a new backup goalkeeper and a new centre-back. I'm not going to throw him into the starting lineup immediately. I think I'm going to start with Funes Mori and Ashley Williams to get things going in this game against Liverpool. Obviously, don't want to start players that I'm not sure how to play with yet in a game of such magnitude. But Romelu Lukaku is back fit, which is a huge thing for us, and hopefully it won't be long before Axel Witsel is back as well. Actually, let's check the injury list, because exactly how long it's going to be. Okay, still 8 weeks. It'll be quite a while before we get Axel Witsel back, but we are looking at a few pre-contract players. There are 2 games to go in the window, and just over a week. These are the 4 so far that have caught my attention from my scouting reports. Paul-Georges Ntep is a player that has been actually mentioned by a few of you in the comment section previously as well as a wide player, wide midfielder that we could potentially look into. Milan Bedelli is a player that we could look at with regard to central midfield role. Saponara is kind of a more forward midfield role, and he looks half decent as well. The one that catches my eye the most is Kwadwo Asamoah though. He is just an all-round player. He's fantastic on the left-hand side of midfield, can play at left-back as well. Of course, we are thinking about bringing in a new left-back. And, of course, he can play at centre-mid too. He can play all round the pitch. He's kind of like a poor man's David Alaba. Or David Alaba, sorry. So I'm definitely keen on bringing in Kwadwo Asamoah. It says centre-mid and left-mid, but he can play at left-back too. But he is very attacking. So he'd be a great replacement for Leighton Baines. And we could make do till the end of the season with Oviedo and Luke Garber, etc. And then, obviously, Brendan Galloway comes back from loan next year as well. So I'm really keen on Kwadwo Asamoah. Very keen. I'm going to wait and see who else pops up, because I want to have all of my options available to me. But like I say, there is only a week left in the window. We have this game against Liverpool and then an FA Cup tie against Swindon at the weekend, followed by transfer deadline day, in fact, in 6 days' time. So we are going to have to make moves sharpish, and Kwadwo Asamoah is probably going to be my main target, unless someone else pops up into the forefront of my picture between now and then. But we're going to jump into this game against Liverpool, and hopefully we can get ourselves through to the Wembley final. Like I say, drop the video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel too for more, and let's go. The winner of this game will play probably Arsenal in the final of the Football League Cup. Now, if it's Liverpool, then fair play. If it's us, we recently played Arsenal and lost, of course. They completely outplayed me. So not only have we got a difficult game here, but if we're able to get through this one, we'll have an even more difficult final to play at Wembley. But let's not drift away from this game now. We've got to concentrate here, because Liverpool are a very, very good side. We've played them a number of times in recent weeks. We come away with a win in the league. We drew against them, of course, 1-1 in the first leg of this tie. So we'll have to wait and see how we got in here in the second leg. Karius in goal, Klein, Matip, Lovren, Joe Gomez at left back. Interesting. No Moreno here. Henderson, Lucas and Milner. Alexander-Arnold on the right-hand side. Firmino and Coutinho. Now, they started Sturridge against us last time. My side is pretty strong. Not the strongest I could put out, obviously, with injuries and fitness, but Deulofeu, Lukaku, Balassi, Idrissa Gana Gueye, James McCarthy, Ross Barkley, Oviedo, Williams, Funes Mori, Seamus Coleman, Sergio Rico. Right. Let's get about Liverpool. Let's get ourselves an early goal if we can. Try and settle the nerves and just see out this game. Any sort of win at all will be good enough to see us through to the final at Wembley. Barkley shows for the throw, so we'll get it to him and then to McCarthy. Lukaku came short for it. Go to McCarthy again, and Idrissa's making a good run. I'm going to try and hit this first time. Idrissa gone again! We'll go and celebrate in front of the away fans if I can. It's Liverpool 0, Everton 1 after just 6 minutes. Lovely through ball from James McCarthy to find Idrissa. You can see him making the run there. There's just a perfect opportunity to play it through, despite Joel Matip and Dejan Lovren and Nathaniel Klein even trying to do their best. Just a simple side foot finish. We're 1-0 in front. Jordan Henderson out wide to Alexander-Arnold. Now, I know nothing about this guy. Quite literally nothing other than his name, because I just read it on the team sheet. So I don't know what sort of player he is, whether he's going to be tricky, whether he's going to be quick, whether he's going to be very good technically, what foot he is, what side I have to show him onto. I've absolutely no idea. He's an unknown quantity for me. So it's going to be difficult initially to try and figure out what to do when defending against him. Jordan Henderson may try and find him here, but no, he fires that through to Firmino, who gets the turn-in and the shot. It falls to Milner. He turns and shoots, but it flies wide into the cop. Liverpool pushing to get that equaliser, but we're still 1-0 and 2-1 in front, of course, on aggregate. Barkley, Lukaku. Ooh, shows some strength, good lad. In fact, Yannick Bolasie's made a great run there. Can I bring that down ahead of Nathaniel Klein? Yes, we can. Yannick Bolasie in behind. Yannick Bolasie for 2-1. No! Oh, Ross Barkley just runs past it. I'll squeeze that back there to Gerard Deulofeu. We'll go for the worldie, and it's wide. Alexander-Arnold played in behind, trying to close him down with Funes Mori. Dangerous ball in. Firmino gets there first. Liverpool equalise. That was really disappointing. I thought the defender was going to get there, and then Firmino just got to it ahead of him. I thought for a minute, actually, the right-back was going to come across and get to that, but Seamus Coleman just didn't commit. And the man in the middle, was it Ross Barkley? No, it was James McCarthy that was with him. Just couldn't deal with the run of Firmino. Liverpool equalise. Jurgen Klopp is delighted and celebrating in a way that only Jurgen Klopp could. Liverpool 1, Everton 1, Liverpool 2, Everton 2 on aggregate. Idrissa steals it off James Milner and will poke it before Lukaku's offside. I'm on his right foot, but Romelu... Great opportunity to make that 2-1 on the night, but I don't quite think I could have missed much more poorly. I should have tried to place it in the bottom corner. I went to smash it tops and it just didn't work. Seamus Coleman. Lukaku's backing in, and I'll try and use that to my advantage here, just to work a little bit more space, but there's a number of red shirts back here. I'm struggling to find any space to have that shot, but Lukaku's made a good run. We're on his right foot again. Joel Matip crunches him, and he's gone down injured. Romelu gets up. Good, he is up. I've just seen him moving on the mini-map, but whilst I was looking at the mini-map, Liverpool are coming away on the counter-attack. Jordan Henderson gets the turn-in, and a good cross, and Firmino! Good save, Sergio Rico. Thank you, my man. I needed that. You can see how pumped he is after that save. Corner to come in from James Milner. Looping towards the back of the box. Deulofeu, though, wins the header, thankfully. Danger passes for now, but Joe Gomez will look to put Danger back in towards our box, and Nathaniel Klein looking to get the turn in. Yannick Bolasie does very well to get it off him. Alexander-Arnold takes a throw into Milner. They've just put on Daniel Sturridge, so clearly they're going for the win in 90 minutes and not having to wait for extra time or penalties. I might bring on Jovetic soon as well and make a couple of changes of my own. I'm actually going to go short here into Coleman to try and work the space so that Lukaku can get in behind, and there's so much space here for Yannick Bolasie. Yannick Bolasie, no, just shoot! I pressed shoot and he took so long to kick it. Let Nathaniel Klein come across to him. Deulofeu will take the corner. In it comes. Barkley goes up. It's on target. Karius can only palm away. Deulofeu brings it down again. That was meant for Yannick, but Idrissa picks up on it. Cross here to Seamus Coleman. Into James McCarthy. Oh, Dejan Lovren closed me down. Oh, this has been a frustrating second half so far. Sergio Rico's made a good save at one end, and Nathaniel Klein made a vital block at the other. Coleman. Joe Gomez has pushed high up the pitch so we can play in Deulofeu in behind. We'll turn inside the defender here. That wasn't the best of turns, but we'll look to thread through Lukaku before he goes offside. Romelu Lukaku! Liverpool 1, Everton 2 with 23 minutes to go. His left foot is just a wand sometimes. Lovely run. I thought he'd gone offside initially when he broke the other side of Joel Matip, but thankfully a defender on this right-hand side of the pitch dropped a little bit further, which meant that Lukaku was onside, and we were able to just work it onto his left and bend it into the far corner. We lead Anfield for the second time. We're not far away from a Wembley Cup final appearance. It's a good cross. Oh, and Henderson with the header. Funes Mori just got caught underneath it. Henderson not far away from equalising immediately. I don't know what Funes Mori was doing. It's terrible defending, but thankfully Henderson missed the target. We have a corner. What can we do with it? I'm just going to drill it towards the near post where Lukaku was, but he moved. Henderson heads that away. Win this header. Thank you, Brian Oviedo. Barkley with a good turn. And space to shoot. Ooh. About a foot wide, unfortunately. But time is running out here for Liverpool. It's 2-1 on the night, 3-2 on aggregate. We are favourites now to go through to the final, but there's still enough time for something to happen. Carthy to Enner Valencia. Just lay this back here to Idrissa. Nice ball into Barkley. Enner Valencia seems rather not keen to rush forward, but now he has made that run and will play Barkley in and try and wrong foot the defender. Ross Barkley to seal it! We are going to Wembley, boys! 3-1 Everton, 4-2 on the night with 2 minutes to go. The suit will be out for the not the Capital One Cup, for the English Football League Cup final. I cannot get out these habits. The Capital One Cup and Barclays Premier League have been the names of the competitions for over a decade, and I just cannot get out of that habit. But, we're going to the final, boys. If you're new to the channel, the reason I mention a suit, whenever we go to a cup final, I always put a suit on, or at least the top half of me wears a suit. I don't have to put the trousers on because you only see me from... you only see head and shoulders. But we put suit, tie and shirt on for cup finals. And we will be doing that again for the very first time in FIFA 17 in the English Football League Cup final at Wembley in probably late March. I think that's when it will be scheduled for, but we are definitely going to be there. And McElhaney could break away here. I made a couple of changes. I think this looking for... Oh, it was meant for Enner Valencia, but it went towards Deulofeu. If we could have scored a fourth, that would really have sealed it. Liverpool were very good in this game, and if it weren't for a couple of very good blocks and a couple of very good saves from Sergio Rico, we would have been going out. But we held firm. They equalised after we went in front, but we pushed and got ourselves back in front and then stole it right at the end. Delighted. Absolutely thrilled to be in the final of the Football League Cup. If you haven't to this point, drop the video a like. Let's head back to the transfer window, see if we can find any more players that we might potentially sign for free before that FA Cup tie against Swindon. James McCarthy wants a new contract, and he wants an extra £25,000 or £26,000 a week. Now, I'm trying to sign players on a pre-contract, so I need to save all of my wage budget to be able to do that. As such, I haven't yet accepted his demands, but the board have put him on the transfer list because of that. However, there is only 3 or 4 days left in the window, and providing that we can ensure that he stays, we can offer him, and a number of other players actually whose contracts are starting to run out, we can offer them new deals once we get the prize money for finishing wherever we finish in the Premier League. So players like Mirallas, Barkley, Deulofeu, etc., they'll all get new contracts at the end of the season, but I don't want to pay them now because I'm trying to use this money to sign other people. But as you can see, he's on 74k, he wants 100 grand, so he wants an extra £26,000 a week. But if we're able to manage our budget correctly, we might be able to bring in 3 players here on a free. We have 163,000 available to us. 163, maybe even I could put it to 170, so it's a round figure. We have 170,000 available to us. Now I'm going to do some maths here and we'll see what we can potentially do. I don't quite think we're going to have enough, but Kwadwo Asamoah is currently on £99,000 a week. If I can get him to accept something less than that, that would be brilliant, because Paul George and Tep is currently on £40,000 a week at Rennes. So we could maybe... That's 100... Well, let's just do the maths. That's 140 or 139. And then Saido Berahino is also on £36,000 a week. So that's £175,000. I only have 170 available to me. I would love to sign all 3, but I'm not sure whether we're going to be able to. I'm not sure what Saponara's on a week, actually. And I would like to see his stats in a little bit more detail. He's only on £14,000 a week. I could potentially bring in Saponara, Asamoah, and Saido Berahino, because to be fair, we don't need 2 left-sided midfielders. Kwadwo Asamoah can play on the left. So if I get Asamoah, Saponara, and Berahino, I could bring in 3 new players on a free for the beginning of season number 2. He wants exactly 100 grand. If I can just get him to accept 95, then that would be great. He doesn't even have a squad role at Juventus. I'll say important first-team player because he would be an important first-team player, especially considering we're probably going to have European football next year. We'll offer a contract to Saido Berahino as well. Of course, we'll be losing Enner Valencia at the end of this season because he is only out here on loan. He wants 50 grand, Saido Berahino. He apparently doesn't have a squad role either. I'll say squad rotation player. I'll offer him 36. He's probably going to want an increase in his wages, but if we go for Saponara over Ntep, I should be able to afford all three. And Saponara's been popular in the comment section with you guys. I'll offer him 17, and he too. I don't know why these guys don't have squad roles. Maybe it's because their contracts are running out. I'm not sure, but we could bring in all three. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But up next is a game against Swindon in the FA Cup. Interestingly, the game against Arsenal for the Football League Cup final is at the end of February, not at the end of March. So as things stand, we have 3 games between now and then after this game against Swindon. Although if we beat Swindon, the next round of the FA Cup will probably be before that Arsenal game. So we'd have to manage the way that I put out the episodes to ensure that we could do the Arsenal game as a one-game special. Because you guys know that I like to do cup finals as a one-game special. So we'll probably... I'm hoping that we'll beat Swindon. As such, that would give us 4 games between now, or after Swindon, and the cup final. So I'd end up playing 2 games and maybe doing a squad report as well. Then another 2 in the next episode, and then obviously the 1-game special in the suit for the cup final. But first things first, I have to beat Swindon, otherwise that doesn't matter. I'd like to beat Swindon. I'd very much like to think we're capable of brushing a team like Swindon aside, but you never know in the FA Cup. We'll have to just see how we go, but I'm pretty sure that I can start a strong enough side to see off the threats of Swindon Town. So we will jump into that game now and hopefully come away with a victory. Free kick in a decent position. I'm not sure where to put it though. Just going to float it in towards the back post. It's more the penalty spot, but Jovetic, I thought that was going to nestle in the top corner. It hits the woodwork and goes wide. What a powerful header. Very well won and directed, but unfortunately just not quite directed well enough. Headed towards that top corner, but it just didn't spin. If it had spun just an extra couple of inches, we may have been 1-0 up there. Nice tackle by Hill, and we'll send Morales away. Nicely played into his path, but we'll turn inside one defender. Oh, we'll burst into the space. Morales still... How's he still going? I don't quite know, but we've hit that post again. That's twice now we've hit that piece of woodwork. We'll play this back to Hill, but he loses out to a beaker. Wow. Morales into James Ward-Prowse. He's not got the legs to get away, so I'm going to have to turn around and look for support. Here is support in the form of Luke Garber into Hill. Good footwork. Could slot through Jovetic. Stefan Jovetic to give us the lead. No. Can Hill get to the rebound? No. Jovetic has stayed down as well. No, he's getting up. Okay, good. Thought for a moment there we might have been losing a striker, but he's okay. Morales with a throw. Simply into Luke Garber. Play this back here to Hill. Go through there to James Ward-Prowse. Nice turn. Use the run of Morales as a decoy. Pull this back and win a corner. I was hoping to pull that back to a teammate and actually stand the chance of maybe just putting it into an empty net. Morales is up. Lemos is up. Lemos actually won that header in front of the man that I was actually in control of. Kevin Morales will look for James Ward-Prowse here. Good touch, good turn, great turn, and the finish. Good save by Vigeroux. Another corner, hammering the Swindon goal now. Just chance after chance. It's been the same all game, really. Good delivery again. Iñaki Williams wins that header and again cleared away. It's going to drop to Tyus Browning. Pass back into the box is misplaced, unfortunately. Oh, he's given that straight to Bezic. Trying to shrug off the defender. To play in Jovetic, good first touch. There's a number of red shirts back here, but we'll get this up wide to James Ward-Prowse. Then look for Hill, who could maybe... Oh, Jovetic stopped his run. Never mind, we'll look for Morales. Oh, we found him. Kevin Morales. No, hit the post again. Oh, and it still won't go in. What have I got to do to score? Seriously. Oh, my days. That's 3 times I've hit the post. And they clear it away off the line from the resulting effort too. I cannot believe we are not 5-0 up in this game right now. Thomas trying to get away from me. If they score on the counter-attack, I will be livid. Nathan Delfonso around the corner to Thomas again. Into Murray. Murray to a beaker. We get the tackle in. Well, that was vital. Swindon have played better here than half of the Premier League teams have so far this season. Iñaki Williams has swapped wings for whatever reason. And we'll poke this through there to Stefan Jovetic. Now, I'm going to try and turn around. Oh, it's the wrong thing to do. Wrong thing to do. No, Nathan, don't you dare, ref. Oh, I had visions of them giving a penalty there. My heart was in my mouth. I do not want to lose to bloody Swindon Town. We're in stoppage time now. We'll intercept that. Thank you, Tyus. I can't get to the clearance, though. I think we might be going to a replay here. Unless we can steal it in the... I can't even get the ball, let alone steal the result in the last few moments. It's a 0-0 draw against Swindon Town after I hit the post 3 times and they cleared it off the line. I can't quite believe that we haven't won that. I did absolutely everything I possibly could. 9 shots, 6 on target. The 3 that were off target were the ones that hit the post. So 9 shots, 9 on target. I always count the woodwork as being on target, because if it can hit the woodwork and go in, then it can hit the woodwork and still be counted as on target. So I don't quite believe that. Any shocks in there? Not really. Birmingham 0. Leeds beat Charlton. Newcastle 2, Ipswich 0. Burnley beat Norwich. Swansea beat Preston. Watford, Sheffield United, Swans. No shocks in the league so far. In the cup, sorry, so far, other than perhaps us drawing with Swindon. But we smashed them that game, just couldn't get the goal. Well, we're going to have a replay, but hopefully between now and transfer deadline day, we can get ourselves a new transfer, or 2, or 3, for next season on a free. Okay, so it's transfer deadline day. There are 10 hours left. You can see the top deals in the window. Top deals in the window so far. Socrates has gone from Dortmund to Leicester for just £23.5 million. That's a fantastic deal for Leicester City. Gylfi Sigurdsson has gone to Liverpool and Divock Origi has gone to Spurs. And we have the chance. Milan in talks with Chelsea over Diego Costa. For what you can see here from this news article. There we go. But we've had 2 of our pre-contract offers actually accepted. I offered Quadro Asamoah 5k less than what he asked for, and he's accepted it. So I can accept that one. That's 1 free signing for next season. Also accepted is Soda Berahino. That's 2 free signings for next season. Now I have a decision to make, because I could probably afford to bring in Ntep as well. It's either Ntep or Saponara. But Saponara has been oh no, he wanted to counter offer, sorry. But Saponara has been a player that you guys heavily recommended to me in the comment section throughout the transfer window in the summer and now. So I'm going to go for Saponara over Ntep. I made that decision on the fly just then. So we'll have a look and see what happens in the rest of the transfer window. I'll go through. If anything happens of any note, I will show you. If not, then we will just see what happens. Marquezin goes from Santos Laguna to West Ham. I don't know who that is, I'll be honest. He declined the transfer offer. He wants a bigger squad role. Okay, that's fine. I can afford to give you a bigger squad role. I'll give you an important first-team player. Because, of course, we're going to have European football next year, providing our season doesn't completely collapse. Offer for Mohamed Bezic. No, I'm not going to sell Bezic now. I might sell him next season, but I'm not going to sell him now. Not really got enough time to bring in an adequate replacement, to be honest. So we're going to keep Bezic for now, but I would contemplate selling him in the summer. Swansea have replaced Gylfi Sigurdsson with Fred from Shakhtar, the Brazilian. So we're going to bring in Saponara also on a free. So that's 3 free signings that will join us at the beginning of next season. Delighted with that. You can see again confirmation. Fred has gone from Shakhtar to Swansea. I'm saying Fred because of course he's Brazilian and they pronounce Fred in Portuguese, so that's why I called him Fred and not Fred. I'm sure people would probably shout at me in the comment section. He's called Fred, Ches, just like David Villa. I never get that. People always, you pronounce David Villa, but then when I try and pronounce other names in the way that they should be pronounced, people get weird with me. I don't know. Just something I've noticed over the years doing YouTube. People prefer some players' names to be said a certain way and other players' names to be said another way. One thing I can do now, though, that I've got enough wage budget remaining, is offer James McCarthy that contract we were talking about, which will take him off the transfer list. I'm glad Man United offered for him there because it reminded me that I can now go and do this and offer him a new contract. And then everybody else that's got less than a year remaining, or just over a year remaining, sorry, I will offer a new contract when we get our extra bonuses for finishing wherever we finish in the Premier League. So I'll offer him 95 because obviously I don't have to offer him the full 100, and if I can save a little bit of money here and there, I will do. Adrian has gone to Bayer Leverkusen. There haven't been any other deals as of yet. Still waiting to see if James McCarthy will sign that contract. Manchester City have signed Ramos from Porto, but I don't know who that is, I'll be honest. Any other deals to go through? Man United have signed Lee Guang-hook from... Is that Pohang Steelers? I'm not sure who that is. I apologise. I'm not sure who the player is either. But some big clubs going for some alternate signings, shall we say. Players you wouldn't expect them to go for. Gonzalez goes to Palermo. Lenglet goes from Nancy to Marseille. But Tottenham signs Izzy Brown, the former Chelsea youngster from Rotherham. Interesting. But that's going to be... I wanted to go through and see what each team had done. I apologise, I advanced too soon. I was a little bit too hasty to get out of the window. But that is going to bring today's episode to a close, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll go through and have a look at some of the youth players, and if we call any up, I will show you them at the beginning of the next episode. But we start the next episode with a game against Stoke. We now have an FA Cup replay to play against Swindon, which sucks, which means we'll probably have, if we can get through that game, another FA Cup game later in the month as well. So what I'll do is, tomorrow we'll play Stoke and Bournemouth and have a squad report. And then the episode after that, we'll play Swindon and Middlesbrough and probably the next FA Cup tie as well. So we'll actually have 3 games in the episode after next. So I guess that kind of helps my scheduling. But I wanted to beat Swindon first time round. Hit the post bloody 3 times and they cleared it off the line. I just couldn't seem to score. So we'll have Stoke City and Bournemouth and a squad report tomorrow, and then Swindon, Middlesbrough and the next round of the FA Cup once I batter Swindon in the next game in that episode, and then we'll play Arsenal in the one game special with the suit for the final game of February. But for now, that's going to bring today's episode to a close. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further episodes. Thank you for your help throughout all of the transfer windows that we've covered so far. But for now, that's all from me. I will see you next time.